Outer Haven.
Assemble. Dun, 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 dun.
That's music.
What's up,
Wait,
guys?
sorry.
Wow, no worries. No, if you want to say something, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I just realized that was the countdown theme tune afterwards.
Yeah, no, right? Shout out to my people outside of in the UK who can hear that and understand that reference.
Yeah, well, the intro's still a work in progress, but we'll get it eventually. What's up, guys? Lazaro taking care of the Outer Haven avatar pretty much on our Hangout. Today, we're going to be talking about the potential Straw Hats and allies for the Grand Fleet. Their own top 3 picks who we think are going to end up being the next Straw Hats. It won't say exactly, if number 1, 2, and 3. We're going to have it in order from the third being the less likely of the 3. Number 2 being like the middle, or they could or couldn't. And obviously number 1, who we can see being the best of the 3. So everyone's going to have 3 options for the Straw Hats. And of course, the 3 options we can see for the Grand Fleet. It could potentially be someone that we've already met before, or someone that we haven't seen in the story yet. So it could be a character we can make up on the top of our head, and Oda can somehow just put this character in, and there we go. We picked it out. So I'm going to start it off from DGK. He'll give us our top 3 Straw Hats. Who you think is going to join the crew?
So I would say my 2 for sure that I'm completely set on would be Carrot and then Jinbei. I think those 2 are a shoo-in for the Straw Hats. And the third one I feel like has to be Pedro, if anyone. But I think Caesar might be above him only because I think Pedro might be the Mink Alliance member for the Grand Fleet. Kind of like how we have Leo for the Tapadas and stuff like that.
Yep.
I would go with Caesar, Carrot, and then Jinbei.
All right. Let's see. So, is there anything else you want to elaborate more on those characters you chose, or that's it?
Carrot's gonna be the best. That's it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we'll say that at the end, my part, but yeah, we'll go with Heaven and Seminence. Who's your 3 you chose?
All right, so obviously my number 1 is Jinbei because he's been promised a seat, but he couldn't join. And the thing is that it's weird. Oda does this a lot. Every arc there are 2 or 3 people. Well, not every arc, but sometimes there's an arc with 2 or 3 people that could join, and it's always the unexpected one. So,
okay.
I mean, yeah. So number 2 is Carrot, and number 3 is Pedro. I think Pedro's gonna die this arc though. And DGK said Caesar. I would say Caesar. This is a theory that I had, is that Caesar could actually join Buggy's crew.
Okay.
I could see that happening. This should be the revenge on the Straw Hats.
Hell no. Oh, that would be so horrible. Oh my god.
I mean, they're both clowns.
I know, but Caesar just owns Buggy. Come on, guys.
But he does. But look at everyone else that works under Buggy, man. They
Yeah,
all.
Yeah, but Caesar's not gonna fall for that though. He ain't
I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah.
My man Buggy. I think you're doubting him.
I mean,
It's
low
like
key,
Gold
he
Rush.
has King's Hockey, so
Probably does.
Yeah, he probably does. Yeah, I actually think he might do. Yeah.
yeah. Anyone else have an answer? You said?
What?
Did you get the whole list or no?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So you was I'm trying to remember so many voices in my head, but you want to run down really quick again?
Jinbei, number 1, Carrot number 2, and Pedro number 3.
Okay. Yeah, Jinbei is a popular pick to join the crew, especially from the recent chapter.
Man,
All
you
right,
can't wait
so-
till my go, guys. You know the truth.
God.
I mean, I'm hyped right now, honestly. All right, so Morass, your top 3 to join the Straw Hats.
I thought first of all we agreed we didn't do Jinbei because it was obvious he's gonna join in. So mine is a little bit different.
Okay.
I got on 1. I got Carrot.
Yep.
2. I got Caesar, and 3. I got Peckham's.
Okay.
Oh, Texas.
So yeah,
Alright.
I think Peckham's is kind of the wild card. But I feel like he could join, but I feel like he's more of Big Bomb's servant.
Yeah,
I
but
could see it.
It was because of Oda reference to it that an old villain will join in the crew. I was like, okay,
Yeah, that's true.
who's possible? Caesar could be, and Peckham's as well. So that's why I put both of them in.
Okay.
About that, that was before Alabasta, I thought. That he said there.
Yeah, I heard this was it before too, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. When he said like an old enemy, I was thinking of Caesar, and I think a lot of people thought of Caesar as well.
I think it makes sense if Caesar would be coming, but
Yes, Caesar is like a popular option too, but like I don't mean like I was against it because like we know with Luffy, like he kind of didn't agree with having
Wait, guys,
someone like
sorry. Someone's got echo.
Yeah.
Alright, talk so that we know who it is.
Okay. There's still an echo.
Hello.
Is it me?
Come on, guys.
Oh no, I think it's me. Hold on.
Oh my god, this dickhead. Oh my days.
Well, obviously, if I'm the only one talking, then how am I meant to know if it's me?
He's trying to blame us for shit.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
I don't know what it is though. Hold on.
Yeah, I
I'll
forgot to
respond,
also
though.
mention this also to the guys in the chat if you're watching live, and of course to those in the VOD when it gets released afterwards. And if you can't make it to the stream, let us know your top 3 picks. So of course in the chat we'll try to read you guys your picks and who you have in the top 3. So if you guys want to let us know exactly what your picks are, put it down in the chat and we'll try and read them as soon as we see it. So next one we got Nikki. Nikki, you're next.
Yeah. All right, guys. My number 1, Caesar. He's definitely joining the crew, guys. Whatever happens on Whole Cake Island, he can't stay there. That's obvious. And he can't go back to Virgo because Virgo's dead. And the only thing he's left for, who takes in outlaws and rogues? The Straw Hat crew. So he's number 1, definitely. Then next would be Carrot or Pedro. I don't know. It's hard to say between Carrot or Pedro. I don't think Pedro's going to make it, so I'll give it to Carrot.
Yeah.
Just because she's been with the crew a lot, and obviously we need another like really good girl fighter as well, so she would fit that bill. Because Robin is slacking right now, and Nami, like you can't expect Nami to like basically do all the kind of hardcore fights. So Kara would be a good option.
Oh, Robin slacking.
Like when's the last really good fight you saw her have? To be honest,
She's doing okay against Diamante.
she should even the octopus guy. She should be able to beat up the octopus guy on Fishman Island. But
I mean, she kind of did a wreck Hakuba if you think about it. Like she stopped him in his trap and
I
said
don't
like,
think that's wrecking him though.
I mean, like because I think his whole thing was speed, and she like just said like all speed to me nowadays is like invalid.
Nah, he's
But he
got
also-
power though because he took out the
All right, I'm sorry, back on topic.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but yes, okay, that's enough for another time. And then my third one is gonna be the wild card. I think maybe the one person that could probably just be a wild card and join is Reiju. I just think the fact is I don't think she likes her family much, and depending what happens at the wedding, if one of the members dies, like if Judge dies, then I don't see why she wouldn't join the crew. To be honest,
Okay.
yeah. So that's my wild card choice number 3. So, and to me, there's a reason I don't have Jinbei on my list because he's not gonna make it through Fishman Island, guys.
Damn.
So I mean, sorry, not Fishman Island, the whole cake arc. That's my belief. I may be wrong, guys, but I'm very sure I'm right. So
Okay. That's a good list though, man.
all right,
So yeah,
thank you.
before we get into the next person, which will be Law, I'm just going to read some of the comments we have here. So we have DBZ Child says number 1, Reiju, number 2, Pedro, and number 3, Carrot. I like Reiju possibly having some kind of affiliation with Luffy, but I don't know for the Straw Hats. And let's see, we have Muse put Jinbei at number 1, Carrot number 2, and Peckham's, Pedro at number 3. Okay. And HNIC Lucci put number 1, Jinbei, 2, Carrot,
Jimbo.
and number 3, Pudding.
Did he put?
See,
Don't.
I understand for reasons.
Oh,
why.
wow.
What can she do? They don't need another cook. They're good.
I mean, she could be the actor.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
The actor.
Like Luffy wanted.
Sanji-
All Luffy,
I mean, Lucci
all
cast-
Luffy wanted was a musician, and that was a sniper or some stuff like that. But he got Brook now, so everybody he basically kind of asked for, who was random, is on his
Assassin.
crew. What was that,
Yeah.
DGK? Captain?
I said he needs an assassin.
Is Robin an
Yeah,
assassin?
but
Never mind.
yeah, Robin's technically an assassin, right?
I think it's better though.
That's not a technicality.
Yeah, that's anyway. Reiju's an assassin, so there we go, guys. She's on my list.
All right. So also Blackleg Ozeg also put number 1 Jinbei, number 2 Carrot, and number 3 Peckham's. And then
Jinbei
Draken,
making it.
yeah, and then Draken, the Dragon fanboy, puts number 1 Carrot, number 2 Caesar, and number 3 Jinbei. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of Caesars in these
Thank
lists.
you,
I mean,
guys.
like,
No, Caesar's a good choice.
Yeah, but the thing is with Caesar as well. If you think about it, that he can almost go nowhere else. Everybody he's got problems with. So the only
Exactly.
solution is to go with the Strawhats.
Exactly. That's why he's my number one. He's definitely joining the Straw Hats. Like, he hasn't done anything too horrible. He hasn't killed anyone yet, I think, that they know of.
I mean, he almost killed like a ton of kids, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, it was dark, but I'm sure Robin did something similar, kind of dark, right?
I feel you.
Yeah, so if she can just about get in a crew, I think they can allow Caesar on the crew.
I think though I would say too is like the Usopp speech on Punk Hazard, right? When he's just straight up told them like that Caesar is the person that Luffy hates the most, like the person that like kills like innocents and basically tries to kill their friends.
Yeah, okay, true. But you know how Luffy is very forgetful, so when he sees Caesar, he's not gonna be mad at him again. Once he beats a guy up, he's kind of cool almost.
I feel like because he could be friends with Crocodile in a sense. Well, not even friends, but like allies with Crocodile. Like
Yeah.
I feel it's possible with anything because what Crocodile did.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the Crocodile one is kind of harder because the situation with Ace and stuff, so it's kind of a necessity. So, and I remember seeing Luffy's face when he's just like, "Oh, I hate this guy." Like he really did not want to use Crocodile.
But yeah, I just don't think Luffy like holds grudges per se.
Yeah, exactly. Except for Kainu, that's definitely a grudge for life.
okay, so I guess since there's not too many other people putting in their picks, we're gonna move on to the next one. So we're gonna go to Law. So Law, if you can hear me, your top 3 Straw Hats.
Yeah.
You can see John crew.
Sorry. So are we not talking about like alliance people, like just the main?
Not right
three
now.
we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, just the Straw Hats potentially.
We're going to do that in a little while. I would have to say Jinbei number 1 because he's joining. Like,
He's dying. Sorry.
shut up, Nikki.
We'll debate at the end. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting people. Go on.
Yeah, go Dan.
You hurt his feelings.
Oh, what?
Oh my god.
Oh, come on,
Can you
Monkey
guys-
D,
Always the
man.
same thing with
you guys-
you.
Oh, he's
Always.
back.
Yeah, I can hear
He's
you,
back,
Dan.
Moraz. He's back.
No,
You don't have to
I'm
step up. He's
sorry.
our captain. You don't have to stick up for him.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. Your top 3. Who are they?
He's walking home, and I know he's cutting out right now.
All right, so
Oh.
His are gonna be Carrot. Well, Jinbei already said it'll be Carrot, and I can tell you it'll probably be like Caesar or Pedro.
All right, then. So I guess we'll go on straight to Nikki until Dan comes back. So Nikki, your top 3. Who are they?
No, I already did mine.
Oh, you did? Yes, yeah. I forgot. Shit, it was One Vision.
Unless you want to hear it again, it was a good list.
Dream as well.
I mean, it was a good list. That's, you gotta say it twice. Say nice.
No.
Yeah.
No, Dan's back. Okay.
At the store.
Dan, can you hear us?
He's at the store right now. I already know this
Okay.
kid.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
can
We'll
you
get
guys
back to
hear
Dan
me?
after.
Yeah.
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 All right, sorry, my bad. I just got off of work and shoddy reception. But what I was trying
no
to
worries.
say is Jinbei number 1, then Pedro, and then Carrot for people that might actually join the actual ship.
Yeah. Right.
Because I think Jinbei he got promised it. You know what I mean? And he already said he would join. The only thing was he had stuff to do. And then after that, Pedro and Carrot are kind of one and the same. They're sailing with him now. And they're already pretty much putting their lives on the line for them, you know?
I said I'm not going to interrupt, but you know who else made promises? Ace to Luffy. I'm sorry. Just to point that out.
You just had to put that there, eh, Nikki?
Yeah, no, I just had to. I'm sorry.
But I don't know. Those are my 3 for who I think might join.
All right, you want to say those 3 again? Because I'm trying to get the chat their picks too as well.
Oh, no, I was saying Jinbei 1, 2 would be Pedro, and 3 is Carrot.
Okay, those are solid picks. Let me see. Also in the chats, 'cause I just saw someone just put a list right now. But someone put, JJD Andresi. Hope I said it right.
Hold on, no.
We
Tell
know
JJ to stop.
He put Jinbei, he put Pedro, and put
Don't read
Carrot.
his comment, Laz. Don't read it.
it's just
Yo,
saying.
you're losing subs, man. You can't be doing that shit. Come on.
No, I know him.
Nah,
That's
playing.
why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me see. Also, Fifth Son. He also put his. And it's Caesar, Pudding, and
Yo,
Montior, which is referring to the mirror guy. So Montior.
The book guy.
The book guy.
Mirror guy is
Mondio's the book
Brule.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brule's
Yeah, Brule. I mean, everyone has their opinions, honestly, when it comes to like who can join the Straw Hats. But like to me, I don't know. I personally wouldn't want to see Brule in the crew. Crazy dull for ability. Don't get me wrong. I don't think she really has like the dream. She doesn't
ain't
have
got
a
what it
really
takes.
dream or anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not ready for the new world.
She got tickled and spat out information. She ain't got what it takes.
Yeah.
Torture.
All right, so we're moving to the next person, which was One Vision. So One Vision, what are your
Yeah.
picks?
For me, I've got number 1 Pedro, number 2 Carrot, and number 3 Jinbei. I mean, I put Jinbei low down because I don't actually want him to join the crew. Like, I don't really like him that much, to be fair.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
I mean, like, I'd rather him join the Alliance, if anything. Number 2 Carrot, well, obviously, like, they're just putting in work right now. Carrot and Pedro are being put as, like, they've kind of been positioned as the 2 potential people as well as Jinbei. So, yeah, that's why they're there. It's been
Okay.
explained like a number of times.
All right, those are good picks. So Stebo, I think you're the next one. Who are your top 3?
All right, so at number 3, this might be a shocker.
All right.
I got Yonji.
Yonji.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Hold on,
Did you hear
Oh.
so how come you picked Yonji?
Because out of the 3 brothers, he don't really seem too bad, and because Sanji already beat him like his father. So
Okay.
Taekwon, is that you? Taekwon?
Oh, man.
I saw that one coming.
Be like, I'm gonna go ahead and go with my brother, and it's gonna be a shock to the other ones and be like, oh no, and be like, shut up, and then he just gonna get on the ship and sail off in the straw.
Okay.
And
So
then
yeah, number 3 Yonji. So who's your number 2?
number 2, I got Pudding.
Okay. It's a fair
He's
pick.
totally trolling.
No, I'm not, because I
No,
think
I was considering that as well, yeah.
Pudding is good.
Because we had a lot of people also saying Pudding like in the chat and also of course over here. But like
She is
if your opinion,
That's what she's
Yeah, but
thinking.
One Piece has always shown that it ain't like Luffy don't give a shit about people that can fight. He just wants good characters.
Yeah, but he's already got a cook and Pudding's a bitch, so fuck that shit.
I think Luffy does want strong people on this crew, though.
Yeah, well, he
Yeah.
does, but I mean, that isn't the be all and end all of it.
Yeah, that's
Right,
true.
right.
I agree about that,
Keep-
but
keep
Pudding's
going.
not gonna. Yes, yeah.
well,
keep
basically,
saying.
I'll ask right now from Stebo, like from all the other people, like how their opinions on like Pudding joining. Why do you think she should join the crew?
I think she should join because I think she actually cares for Sanji.
Yep.
Oh my days!
Yeah.
Why does she? How?
If she
Like, you
joins,
just let
what
it
exactly would her role be though? Based on abilities that we have, she has. What would like she
She
provide?
would only.
Food. Help Sanji with the food.
Wait, Nicky, wait.
Growing, and I'm
All
sure
right.
he would love to have a woman cook to help him out.
Yeah, so like kind of like the sous chef, pretty much.
Basically. And at number 1, I got Jinbei.
Okay. So a lot of
You don't
people
have
Jimmy-
Carrot or Pedro on that list at all.
Because I already put them in the hangout when we was talking, and I was like, So
Oh, okay,
Okay.
cool. So you went
Let's see.
out of the box, okay.
Yeah, let me see if there's
Oh.
any more from here.
Wait,
Well, you
wait a
guys see
second. But it's Pudding things. Just come on, guys. Pudding, like I get Jinbei, but Pudding, really, guys, like
Hey,
she
bro,
doesn't even like
stop,
Sanji.
Stop.
It
You
just
make
depends
so
on how
wrong.
you see the
Make it so
story,
wrong.
yeah.
Don't be
It
salty.
just depends on how you see it.
Okay, I'm just okay, fine.
I agree with you, but I don't want to be salty, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
All right, I will be salty though, so it's okay. I'll take the saltiness. Yeah, I'm just saying, guys. There's a 50% chance I'm right and a 50% chance you guys are right, of course. But what I'm saying is, There is no logical reason for Pudding to like Sanji right now at all.
There is though.
What, the power of love, guys? 1 week.
Bro,
Of
like,
course.
The
After
power
that
of
sad backstory, Nikki, when it
Yep.
Oh, please, what? She lives with Big Mom. Like she doesn't care.
Don't you know that there are 80-year-old people who have been married for 60 years and they met and it was love at first sight? Don't you know this?
Right?
You think what? I don't believe in love in first sight. Like, how can you fall in love with
All
someone?
right.
Just that you
Well,
think they're
apparently-
beautiful?
It's really
Nikki,
No.
all you need is love.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, so I figure we'll leave Nikki in the salt bin for a little bit
Damn.
until
Oh,
we
okay.
get
Look,
back.
I'm gonna ask this last question then. What happens when Sanji sees that third eye? Do you think he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm still in love with you"?
I mean, he's already seen it.
Yeah.
Bro, Sanji likes mermaids.
I was just about to say, if he can fall in love with women,
Yeah, but mermaids is different.
Yeah, that's not
Mermaids
even-
is like
Not
it's a
different at all.
sailor's.
Mermaids is even more far
Mermaid-
out there, bro.
No, mermaids is a sailor's dream. Like every person sailor is like a mermaid would be fucking awesome.
Let's
Like,
just stop. Just stop right there.
yeah, no. It's true though.
If they're a
We all
girl,
know
then
this.
Sanji's gonna like them.
Nikki does have a point, but I don't think the third eye will be a
Thank
turn.
you.
Sanji.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that she's rewriting Reiju's memory, maybe.
Bro,
I mean, it's
he
just
was
Reiju.
wasn't he
Yeah,
like
but
or
there's a
should we,
reason
like,
for that,
if-
Nikki. There's
If
a
he's
reason
doing
for
it
that.
for Sanji, I think Sanji would very much appreciate that because he's already madly in love with her.
Well,
Oh my
he's
God.
not anymore, man. Look what happened last chapter, guys. He's broken hearted right
That's
now.
because he does not know yet, Nikki. You got to stop thinking in the now.
And you guys gotta stop believing in pudding. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, let's get-
I'll
we'll
leave
get-
this for later.
Yes, we'll get to Double A before we do mine, since I think I gave Double A a little bit of time to get his list. So, who's your top three men?
All right, so I got Peckham's,
Mm-hmm.
I got Caesar, and I got Reiju.
Okay.
Ooh, I like your list, Double Leg.
Okay. So, why do you think Reiju would join?
She's different from a lot of characters we've seen. I feel like I don't know how. I just feel like she's different.
Okay. Because like if we look at like her ability, like for like she can take out poison and stuff. Do you think maybe she'll probably have a role possibly with Chopper, where like Chopper as a doctor like would work with someone that kind of like deals with those kind of things? So like
I
case
think
like
she
let's say
I think she might be a scientist too.
a scientist role. Okay. I mean, yeah, we kind of need someone like that probably in the crew, just like to have it just in case, especially with the later end of the series. Like it's always good to have like a role, someone with a role that's like not a repeat of someone else's, or like, you know, having a second person, unless it's like the case of like Sanji putting where to join and we have a sous chef, especially if we go into the alliance later on. You're gonna
okay.
Yeah, but if we're talking,
Yeah.
if you're talking about a scientist, I think Caesar fits better in than Reiju.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I do think Reiju is more likely to join though. Not than,
The only
not than
thing
Caesar.
about the Caesar thing is that the crew doesn't seem to like Caesar. Like Sanji was like, yeah, whatever. Here's his heart. Is like, dude.
No, but
Man,
he fits in though,
I
don't
mean,
you
he
think?
wouldn't like Robin though at first.
Yeah, that's what
like,
I
he
said.
literally hated her and was keeping an eye on her, but she's
Yeah.
part of the crew now. You know?
That can happen. I'm just saying.
Because I just thought it was part of that straw hat banter. Like he really seemed part of the crew. The minute they got to Zoe and they started messing around with him, we felt like, oh, this guy's kind of part of the crew already, almost to me. Anyway.
All right. Well, that
Okay.
was my list.
All right, so it was Peckham, Caesar, and Reiju, right?
Yes.
All right, good. Yeah, I would like to see Reiju too, but I have a different opinion on it. But yeah, so I got on my list. So again, we're going with number 3 to 1. So believability meter would be number 1, like it's the closest. 3 being like it's still a chance, but I can't. But I know some people are saying Caesar as like the scientist and everything, but I'm gonna go outside the waters of the New World, and I'm gonna go ahead and say Vegapunk.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I feel like in a sense like where I'm looking at it is like we kind of need someone with like experience, and in a sense like, you know, like someone like a little older, wiser into the crew. Because like I feel like if we're getting like new people, like younger people and stuff to join the crew, even if let's say like Pedro, like even though technically I wouldn't call him like young, but someone who's kind of knows what's going on around the world, we kind of need that experience to kind of survive more in the new world. And I'm pretty sure with like Vegapunk, like since he has been Punk Hazard, which is in the new world, he probably knows what's going on around the places, and especially since he knows about the Del Fruits and like all other things that he can probably offer to us. I think he, as a scientist, would be the perfect role to join the Strawhats.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's my number 3. Number 2, I went with Carrot, and I think like for her, like basically like as like the lookout pretty much of the crew. So like if to tie in with my number 1 with Pedro, I think as like the lookout duo. So like, let's say that they're going to be going like against like enemies from like afar, and you have Pedro who has a very good eyesight from anywhere that he can see from high places. And well, hey, you know what? The observation hockey is crazy. Yeah, you know, like the observation hockey is crazy, but like at the same time, when you have someone like Kara, she can jump pretty much like crazy heights, and for her to have like, I wouldn't say the same level of vision as Pedro, but like to have that on your crew where you can pretty much know where like what's happening at all areas and stuff. If something happens, just like rely on the navigation. I think that's going to be a very important thing to have in the crew. So yeah, so pretty much I went with Vegapunk, Carrot, and then Pedro, number 1.
Okay, damn. But the 50-year like life taken away is not like a bad sign for you for Pedro at all.
It kind of does. Like if we're talking like right now as everything's going on, it kind of does. But I do feel like there's going to be something that happens where like Big Mom could probably like end up giving back some of those lives, or something's going to happen where like she's going to be put in a situation where she won't be able to control like how the souls are, like how that's going to work, and she's going to somehow probably end up giving back those years that were taken away from Pedro back to him, so he can live like the normal life.
Oh, so like the Moria kind of style thing when he got knocked out.
That's I kind of feel with like her through. Like there's going to be we're going to find out that weakness. I think that really is going to go with how they're going to end up stopping her pretty much. So I think like the minute we tackle into that, that's when I think like some people are probably going to get the years back in their lives.
Also, it could be also when she get defeated or something, and maybe she's even going to die. All the lifespans go back to the people that she took from.
Well, like the way I look at it too is like, you guys can correct me on this too, but like I'm pretty sure like when you're using a devil fruit, if you were to be rendered unconscious, the effects of the devil fruit pretty much are like negated, like it just stops right there. Right. So I guess like in a sense, like if something were to happen to Big Mom, like I know it's a stupid thing to say, but like let's say for example like the bomb inside the Tamato box, if that were to go off and somehow she were to be knocked out for a split second, some people are going to be getting back their lives. So for that to happen at that moment,
I kind of disagree with that.
I mean,
like, yeah, I think so.
I think it would be if she got killed. Maybe then it should be happening, but not if she got knocked out or something. I don't think.
I still disagree with that. Like I feel like if your life is taken, that's gone. You're not getting that back. You're not getting that back.
Because wouldn't she like already put it into something else, right? So that thing has to die as well.
Yeah, like I mean, like what happens to Zeppo, right? So imagine that she took how much of his years away. If she then dies, does he get those years back? Like, how would that work?
If you're dead, you don't get them back. I think it's like that.
Something like you have to see it like your reanimation. If you reanimate a dead person, that person is already dead. But if you reanimate someone with a heart attack,
I think Big Mom would have to put it back herself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't think that her dying will give her back her. It would give people back their lifespan. Like I think life is it's such a delicate thing. You can't just like play with it like that. If it's taken, it's taken.
No, but it's the same thing with what was it with Sugar with the toy fruit? When she was defeated, all the people get normal again on Dressrosa, right?
Well, they
different because they didn't lose anything. They got turned into something.
Well, people lost their memories, but in a way, like memories. Then again, like if you see what Pudding's doing, that's easily manipulatable, if that's even a word. Easily manipulated. Let's just say that. Whereas life, like it's like you either have it or you don't. You can't be in between. Like memories, they can just be blocked, and then like when something happens, the seal was broken. But with life, you can't just like block off someone's life like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you made a good point. Like, do you think if Reiju, let's just assume Reiju is evil and what she did or sorry, not Reiju, Pudding's evil, and what she did to Reiju with the memory thing, if she gets knocked out somehow, like, let's say opening the bomb box, do you think that would like start the complete chaos with the Vinsmokes? Because then Reiju would know what would happen during the lost memory.
I don't think it kind of depends how her one works. Because like with the way I see like Sugar's one is that she just kind of like put a block around like the family members so that the memories are still there. It's just that she can't access that part of her memory. What I think Pudding did with Reiju is that she literally cut out that whole section of her memory so it doesn't exist anymore. Right. If that makes sense. It's like I feel like it'll be kind of different with Pudding.
I was just saying in general, like if she actually like regained her memory during like the wedding and she remembered that she got shot, and assuming that Pudding's actually evil, I think that would probably be like one of the interesting things to start like the big war or skirmish between the two.
It's true. Like, could you imagine if Pudding could like set a timer on it? So like, say if she was good and she actually planned later on for it to happen like that. like if she set a timer, so okay, you'll remember at this time, or like a trigger, like you know how like these people that set people in like a trance, and then they set like a certain word to trigger
Like
them to
sleep
do
rage,
certain actions.
hypnotist.
Yeah, hypnotism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if it was kind of like that, which is like if you see the cake get cut, you'll instantly remember everything, that type of thing. I can imagine if it was like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Also, Laz,
Okay.
Gaming Samurai said Vegapunk would overshadow Frankie in the crew.
Oh, that's a good
Vegapunk
point.
overshadowed Frankie.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the way I kind of look at it is like, he's a shipwright, Frankie, right? So he's like
Yeah.
his main job, of course, is maintenance on the ship. Whereas like I guess like the scientist, like the way I kind of want to put it, it's like let's say like someone who's like the weapon, like the blacksmith, or like kind of like the weapon man of the crew. So
Yeah.
like he can use like pretty much like create like weapons of destruction and stuff. So he could work on the same side with Frankie on it, but be like at a higher like level than that. So like, he can actually be the one to set up what they need. Especially if you look at, for example, characters like Usopp. I won't believe fully at the end of the series that he's gonna be using like a string and bow to fight in the final war. Like he's gonna have something else probably that's gonna also help him out. I could still see the bow to like something coming along those lines. But if you want to like really give like an extra oomph into it, then I can definitely see Vegapunk saying, "Hey, I can offer you this like a gun or something that can really like help you out more."
Yeah, like I see Vegapunk enhancing people if anything. Like even if it was just Caesar, I think instead of overshadowing Frankie, he'd probably like enhance it. Because like you know how now the ship is powered by Coca-Cola. If like Caesar came in and like he introduced the whole gas powering stuff and all of that, like it would enhance everything.
Have you heard of Dr. Pepper?
I thought they ran on Pepsi, like.
Yeah, it was cola.
Oh yeah, cola. But I mean, like we have Pepsi, we got Dr. Pepper. I mean, like depends what Frankie likes.
I have to comment on the Usopp thing because
Yeah,
but I was thinking like me and Dan always talk about like if he had a gun right, would he be better? But I feel like because he doesn't have a gun right, and that like his slingshot allows him to use like pop greens and all these different things, makes him more versatile. So I think he's gonna keep like the slingshot. Like if you remember when he upgraded to Kabuto, like they have the dials like on them.
Yeah.
That's how he could like do the Flame Phoenix and stuff like that. I feel like it'd be something like that him and Frankie, and maybe like you said Vegapunk, but I think it'd be him and Frankie will end up making. Because I want to see what Frankie's making right now for everyone for Wano, because he said he's gonna start making like basically like weapons.
I mean, I could see him definitely like enhancing like the Shogun Frankie for sure.
Yeah.
To be honest, like so like because like for like basically like from where I see like Frankie as like himself, I don't know like if he can really take down like a commander or so. Just like in the current state that he's in, like he has like the upgrades. Don't get me wrong, from like where he was in the pre-time skip. But I think like from what we seen, like the Frankie Shogun, like I don't like using Burning Blood as an example, but like if you're to be hit up with something like that, like that's gotta suck so much. So like if you were to do that to like a vast like amount of people, where you can be sending like rocket shots and stuff to take him out, then yeah, there is a lot of use into that. And if let's say Vegapunk were to help him enhance it, or just right now at the moment what Frankie's doing to enhance it, it's going to be very beneficial to him, not just him, but the crew as well.
Yeah.
No.
But I want to see like fucking Usopp Shogun and like even like a Zoro Shogun, like robot, and then they combine together at the end.
Power Rangers.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Because you remember in Thriller Bark when they're fighting Oris Jr. and they're trolling, and like Frankie's like, everyone
when
would
he
come
combined
together.
them?
Yep, they're like Emperor,
Yeah.
like big Emperor, whatever they called it.
Frankie would like trolling and like combine
Yep.
everyone for
And then Robin wouldn't do it, but that's what I was saying, dude.
But he's
Robin
really
wouldn't do it, but now Carrot would do it, and Carrot would be the arm. It'd be too good. And the Chopper's
You guys think it's foreshadowing then?
Oh,
so
I
the
think
minute
it
we got
is, dude.
Frankie Shogun, that is foreshadowing to him versus Shogun and Wano?
I think it'd be either Shogun and Wano. Well, I think that's gonna happen. The Frankie Shogun versus the Shogun. I think the Shogun will probably cut it down because like he should be able to. But I think against Kaido, assuming if they ever like go and help them to fight Kaido, I think the big Emperor will be an actual thing that we'll see, like with all the Shogun bots like forming together. Like Carrot would be on that hype train that she'd actually want to be the arm.
Okay.
And there's another comment here. If everyone's finished, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Static Shadik said, I can see Bonnie as the last member to join.
To join the Straw Hat crew. Now, see,
Actually,
like
maybe.
the way I
that's-
look at it like this, it's like from what we've seen basically as far in the manga, right? Ever since like her supposed escape or release from like the world government, she doesn't look like she's with her crew, and it could probably mean two things: either they're dead or they're probably like captured. So like, with Supernova on her own, like again, we don't know like the true scale of her power. So like we could be really underestimating her at this point. But like, would she like really be like safe on her own terms, just walking around the new world and stuff on her own? Especially because like the world government like has a thing where they were afraid. Like how can you said we're afraid that you actually escaped our clutches, and now you're back to us. Now that she's back on the loose again, that changes up things a little bit.
Yeah, like I think like I feel like she has to have a crew to survive in the new world. But I feel like her power helps her because like like the trolley mode where she was like eating the pizza, right, and like the old lady couldn't find her, like stuff like that kind of helps her blend in and whatnot. I do feel like you have to have a crew in the new world.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Miho
So in
doesn't
that
have a
sense,
crew.
then let's say that,
Shut
No,
up.
I'm joking,
Amy.
guys. I'm joking.
Les, can I comment on one thing as well?
yeah, go ahead.
You said that they need someone that's quite old, but isn't Caesar already also a quite old person? Because
I guess,
he
like,
worked with
Brooke.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like what I mean from that is like someone who's like well experienced in like the new world, you know, who's actually like knows what's going on with everything. Like, because like I feel like if we get someone that's young, it's cool that we're getting someone like young probably to join the crew, you know, just for longevity for like later on down the road. But we kind of need someone to kind of help us, like, you know, this is what's going on over here. I have this, I can help you, you know, like I just like just the name of Vegapunk alone. I think like for him to somehow join the crew, I think the way like it's done, it's like let's say like he understands like where Luffy's coming from, because I honestly do feel like he might have a connection to Dragon, since we're kind of seeing that like, you know, how he had a connection with Judge. He might have a connection with Dragon, depending on like if he does have ties like previously with the world government. So he might understand like Luffy a bit, depending on like how his relationship or like whatever connection he has with Dragon. So if he sees like, for example, like Luffy wants to be the Pirate King, but like he wants it to be where like he has the most freedom in the world. And maybe to Vegapunk, it's like right now he's in the possession of the world government. So like he can't do the things that he wants to do because it's based on what they want from him. Because he's like their slave pretty much. So in that case, I could definitely see where like Vegapunk wants to be able to do the things on his own terms. And if he does it with the world government, he's never going to be able to. So maybe through like a confrontation or something with Luffy, it's going to help him out and kind of say like, you know what, I want to do things on my own terms. I want to be able to make the experiments, inventions that I want to do without having someone tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I'd be kind of disappointed though if we get like someone that's more experienced per se in
Yeah.
the world, because like
I
I
was
want it to be
gonna-
like fresh. Like I want it to be like they
Yeah, I was
have
gonna
to
say
learn.
that's not even an adventure then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Just
you
plan
remember
and they know what
you-
they're doing.
yeah, exactly.
Could it be
Like, you
something we
remember
see
when
down the line? Maybe not like in the
Bars.
fight with Kaido, but like somewhere like the final war and stuff. That could be like maybe like a
I-
little bit of help they might
I
need.
feel like Scopper is
I
going to
don't
be the one
know.
to give them the
I
experience.
think
but
it. I think it
because it ruins
think it-
stuff. Like, do you remember Zeph when Luffy first met Zeph and Zeph was willing to give him his logbook to get around the Grand Line? That's how I
Right.
feel if Vegapunk joined, it'd be like they kind of got all the secrets now. Kind of almost. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
like-
what I think it would be more if he would join, it would be part of the alliance than more than the crew.
Yeah,
I don't know, because I mean, just because he knows so much doesn't mean he has to tell them everything.
I mean, yeah, but like,
well,
Yeah, but if you think about like Frankie wants to know everything about him.
yeah.
like I feel like
And in fact-
the scene where Frankie's on
So-
the island, and you know how he's like making his his inventions from when Vegapunk was a child. He's like upgrading them per se. Like I feel like that's kind of like the example of, like he's trying to overcome the best like scientists in the world.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And
so maybe they could work together, Frankie and Vegapunk, at some point. That's why I'm thinking more it could be alliance that they work together. But like in a crew, I don't see that.
Okay.
and Salmon said that Usopp is his own weapons developer.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he makes
Yeah, it's
Nami's
true.
weapons.
Yeah, it's true.
There are a lot of counter items made up now.
He is a weapons genius.
Can't
Yeah,
take the story.
Albert-
Who's going shopping?
That's there.
I would like. Can you buy me what would you guys have there? Nougat? Can I have a nougat?
A nougat?
Wow.
A nugget?
Nougat.
never
It's
heard
like
someone say that
it's
before.
yogurt. It's it's like a nougat. It's like
Nougat.
yogurt and chewy. Yeah. You know who
You
knows?
talking about you talking about the stuff that goes into Snickers?
Oh no, not that. It's something. Oh man, I thought you like Americans have it all over there. Like nougat bar. It's chewy. It's like marshmallowy. It's got yogurt.
Yeah, that goes
Stop
inside of
stereotyping
a
us, Nick.
Snickers bar.
Stop.
Yeah.
What's going on, dude?
That's a chocolate bar. Snickers is a chocolate bar, though.
I don't think he heard you.
Yeah,
Dan.
but nougat is a component of Snickers, Nikki. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, nuts are and chocolate.
Nikki,
Oh,
I think
Jesus, stop.
Nikki.
All right.
Let's
Before we
move
get
on.
too
Look
much
up
into that,
Snickers ingredients, and I guarantee you will see nuggets
Oh my
on the
god.
list.
Okay,
All right.
I'm
You
doing
know
that
what, let's
right
go-
now.
All right, you know what? Maybe we should go on to the allies now, because I pretty much
Okay.
think that everyone's got all their parts set up. So yeah. So
Oh,
now
yeah.
also for the chat too, if you guys your top 3 allies you can see join the Grand Fleet, let us know in the chat, and of course same thing on the VOD. If you guys aren't watching the stream, let us know in the comment section below, and we'll hit back to you as soon as possible. But let's start off with DGK, because I feel like if I ask Double Egg right now, he's probably gonna tell me he's gonna still think of it.
Nah,
you
I
want
got
to
it.
go
I got it.
You got it? Okay, Double Egg, you go first.
All right, so I have at number 3, I have Capone and his crew.
Okay.
I have the Fishman, and I
Mhm.
have the Samurai in Wano.
Ooh, okay.
Who
Why
would you?
why Capone exactly?
I mean, he right now he seems like an out on the out of the away of this out of this arc safely.
Mhm. So you can definitely maybe see him being the one to kind of like help out Luffy and the crew, like try to get out of Whole Cake Island, and through that they build the alliance.
Yeah, they have some sort of alliance. I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the Grand Fleet now that I think about it.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. My bad, Stebo. You're right. You're right. My bad.
Wow.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Nikki, I thought we
Okay.
settled this before. Steve
Uh-huh.
over you. Okay.
Oh, like that now. All right.
Okay. But
All right.
for
So
me,
Double Eggs
Oh,
again was Capone, it was the Fishman, and the Samurai from Wano. And before I get to
Are these
DGK,
for allies?
yeah, for the allies to join the Grand Fleet.
Okay.
Yeah, so then just really quickly on the comments, I see a couple. So we have Static Haddock. He has for the Grand Fleet Pedro, Aladdin, and Marco. I like Marco there. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
And also Solomon put the Minx, Fishman, and Reiju. I mean, seeing a lot of Reiju for either the crew or for the
I think
allies.
should be
so,
a
like,
Grand
it's a good
Fleet
choice.
leader. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I
Maybe-
guess I'll go ahead.
Yeah, you do yours yet.
Okay. So like Kinemon would be like the samurai leader, and like I feel like Aladdin would be the fisherman leader. So I'm gonna like exclude them just 'cause I feel like they're like already set per se.
Right.
Same with Marco. I think Kawina. I think we're actually gonna get her again because I think she's still alive. But I think she's gonna end up being one of the leaders for like the other factions of the samurais per se. Reiju, I'm still down with. I think she's gonna be the new Vinsmoke leader.
Mhm.
And then I'm trying to think who else, because I feel like we're gonna probably get someone from Kano, but then I guess we got Don Chinja on them still.
Yeah.
I don't know who we're gonna get for the third one. I just feel like those two, Kuina and Rage, are kind of like and maybe I guess maybe Pudding, if she doesn't join the crew, I think she could be like the good faction, like Lola and them, like of the Big Mom pirates. With
So I guess like
Pencils
the
and-
representative of the Charlotte family, kind of.
Yeah, they earn the respect or something.
All right, those are solid picks too. Let's see if anyone else. Okay, so we have also Muse in the chat. Just put number 1 Marco, number 2 Fishman, and number 3 the Giants.
Oh yeah,
In the
that's-
Giants from Elbaf. I mean,
but I think Harwood
maybe.
already is like leader of the Giants. If that makes sense, because like that's
Yeah,
kind
we're
of his
both Giants.
goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely see like his crew might get enhanced probably like from more
Yeah.
people from like Elbaf. So like yeah, like that slot's probably already saved. But like I guess like to make it bigger than it already is right now, then yeah, I can definitely see that happening.
I can't wait for that arc. You guys see Usopp in his glory. You guys gonna see the 10-ton hammer.
Oh, I thought you meant 10,000 ton hammer.
I think. I mean, man, like I would love that, but like
I'm waiting for the day where like it actually happens, where he lifts like a 10-ton hammer legit and
Oh, no,
just
he's
like
gonna-
bashes in a giant.
You know he's going to,
Elbaf,
right, Lad?
yeah, Elbaf. He's gonna do 10 ton for sure. Because I feel like he's gonna have to fight a giant there.
Good.
Yeah.
I were sidetracking, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, just really quick before we get to Heaven, it's also DBZ Child put for the Grand Fleet Aladdin, Boa, and Marco.
Oh yeah, I guess Bo would be a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, like, she has a connection with Luffy, so I definitely think like she'll want to side with him regardless of anything.
Oh yeah, side fact I learned today on the One Piece Reddit. Oda did an SBS, I guess, recently, where he talked about like the extent of Marco's powers, not the regeneration part of it, but like, basically someone asked if if Marco's penis got ripped off, this was the exact words, would it grow back? And he said yes. So it kind of confirms that even body parts getting like torn off would like regenerate, which is kind of an
Why do they
interesting
always ask Oda
Marcus
about the
is savage.
They are always asking about penises.
They always want to know.
Marco is hacks. Oh
I
my
ain't gonna,
days.
I ain't gonna complain to these people and they ask Oda whatever, right? But like, I mean, if you get your dick pretty much chopped off and you can regen it, I mean, like the regenability
Language.
confirms. Like, I never said this is gonna be PG.
But yeah, no, I thought that was interesting because like I think we all knew he could obviously like regenerate, like if he had like a hole like in his body or whatever. But now that we know that he can straight like regen anything, it's
Wouldn't
kind
you
of crazy.
prefer rubber?
What?
I mean, he's a phoenix. They do.
I know like if he dies, he should be able to like come back to life. But whatever.
We
might have-
Yeah.
Wait, what's 44 saying?
Wouldn't you prefer rubber?
Wait, what do you mean?
Nothing.
I mean,
Oh, you trying to do a
no, I thought that's what he meant. I was making sure.
44 tried to make a joke, but it flopped.
There's one more comment before we get to evidence quick. So Black Leg Ozeg put the Minx, Marco, and Buggy. So we'll get back to chat afterwards, but we're gonna go into evidence and whether your top 3 picks for the allies.
Yo, Lucci said Taekwon's Grand Fleet is to be ranked.
Yeah, I was gonna read it, but I wasn't sure. I mean, like right away, the captains would say, "I don't know."
Wait, what happened?
I mean, I'll just say it anyway. So JJ put in the chat Taekwon number 1, number 2 Marco, and number 3 Fishman.
Taekwon would be 2.
Okay, before that, Lucci said Taekwon's
Yeah,
Grand.
who is this JJ kid?
Let me see. Where did you put it?
Taekwon will be stuck in the bank.
Robbing a bank with his carrying gun.
Your money.
I mean, all right. So Heaven, so you go and do yours. Then we'll get back to the chat afterwards.
All right. Should I start with the first one or the third one?
Go from 3 to 1.
All right. So third one, the least option for me, is Big Mom's crew.
Okay.
The second one is Reiju with the Clone Army.
Yeah.
Which I also said in I posted in the comments in last stream that I thought that was also the dark horse for this arc.
All right.
And the first one, which is a definite fleet member. Wait, I forgot now.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
But if we extend from this arc, yeah, right. So these were only from this arc. If we extend,
I mean, it can be from this arc or like later on and stuff. We can do that.
I mean, if we extend from this arc, which people did, I said that a while ago that if the Shichibukai system gets abolished,
In here.
Boa Hancock needs to join Luffy's fleet.
Okay.
I don't know how she's gonna do it. But.
So I'll put it like this for you guys. So like, let's say for example, like the Warlord system goes, right? I think that's probably the easiest option. We can see like Boa joining them. But let's say for example, if Luffy were to, because he's already established land with like Fishman Island, Dressrosa, Zoe, and stuff, right? Like if he were to somehow conquer like Wano, for example, and let's say Kaido were to fall, at that point, if he's taking the position of a Yonko, would that be an easier option for Boa to join? Or just because like the fact that he already has like the Grand Fleet because like the Warlord system's gone?
I think she'll kind of just like place trust in him enough. Because like kind of like how Jinbei told them that like when Luffy becomes bigger, that he'd want to like put their flag on Fishman Island instead of Big Mom's. So I feel it's kind of like Boa would be the same, where like she'd realize like he's finally like become a big enough pirate. Because even 500 million is still decent, right? But like I feel like it's still not a whole lot to own an island. But I feel like after like the Wano arc, I think once he gets the Fishman, the Minks, the samurais and whatnot all like confirmed in his group, I think they'll like let him start taking islands over.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting because like I'd like to see an arc where like all the supernovas are fighting contesting islands.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very iconic day. This is like the day we see like different panels of like the islands that the Straw Hats have been at, just like placing the flag down, just seeing like Luffy like being like the flag bearer and everything. Like, oh, it's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, I would assume all the islands where they're from, like the Straw Hats, would like put their like flag on there, just to show like the respect for the Straw Hats, I guess.
Yeah.
And is she going to the meeting too, referee?
Oh, see, I don't think Shichibukai can go there. That's my thing. Like, I think the only like nobles, like high nobles, like how Stelly can go, right, because he's the Goa Kingdom, like representative, and same with Vivi and like Cobra and whatnot. So I feel like pirates shouldn't be allowed there. Because I feel like most, like, let's say if we put someone in like Buggy, right? You know, it'd be funny, but I feel like a lot of people would be kind of like iffy, like in the room, because they'd have like basically like a terrorist or a pirate right there. Like it's kind of like no, like we don't want this. Especially if you start discussing like getting rid of the system. Like, I'm sure like these pirates would be like no.
Yeah.
Could it be under the lines of like, let's say for example, they plan to get rid of the warlord system and they decide to call them in because like, oh, we have some kind of meeting to talk about, and they try to plan to like take them out.
Oh, dude.
Like at
the thing is, like, they would need admirals there because, like, let's say Mihawk and Kuma are there, right? And like Kuma's in his like mindset. Like those two together, I think could like do a ton of damage. Like I'm still on the level that they're admiral level, so like I feel like you would need to have like all three admirals and even maybe Akainu there. That's the thing. Like, I imagine that once they get rid of the system, people like Buggy and like Mihawk are going to be like chased after by like, you know, either Marines or like, you know, just random pirates for their bounties.
Okay.
Because if they're unfrozen, people can start collecting.
All right, so you gave me your list, and I know we have a lot of things in the chat to look over as well. But you want to quickly go over them again from 3 to 1?
Yeah, because I remember the first one now.
Okay.
Now, Boankik was outside of this arc.
Yeah.
Number 3 was Big Mom's crew.
Right.
Number 2 was the Clone Army and Reiju.
Yep.
One Dutch Master.
What?
Continue evidence.
Number 1 was the Minx under Pedro.
Okay.
Monkey doesn't understand the joke because he's Belgium. He's not Dutch.
Monkey, he doesn't know geography, idiot.
Jesus.
You stop that, Nikki.
Go back to school, Monkey D.
Okay. So next person, I guess, would be
Don't
Maras.
hurt my feelings, Nikki. You got me.
Yeah, you can't talk to the captain like that. But yeah, Maras, what's your options?
Okay, mine's gonna be
co-captain.
quite, I think, some difference than you guys. So I got on 3. I got Monet.
Okay.
2, I got Kobe.
Kobe.
And number 1, I got Kuma.
Kuma.
Okay, so let's get into this actually, because it's a lot different than what I was thinking. But Colby, because we know he's with the Marines, but like, what would make him join the Grand Fleet?
Well, I think at the end it will be the fight between the good Marines and the bad Marines, and Kobe will join in with the Strawhat pirates to fight against the old Marines because he's like the new generation.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like Kobe's going to join in with them at that point.
All right. So you think maybe like some kind of rebellion would happen? Like, let's say like Akainu really decides to go like off the deep end and like have his side, and then like Kobe will be like the side of good, pretty much, of the Marines. So that'll be split.
Exactly. That's already explained in a few streams before that Garp is creating already a new army inside of the Marines, and it's like the new generation and the good guys, and the old people will be disappear from that if they're gonna fight against them.
So if we get this kind of rebellion to happen, do you see it happening at the Reverie or something like later on down the line?
I think it's later on.
That's way later.
Okay.
Yeah, it's later on. But if you're just talking about all the way, I talk it was till the end of the series. That's how I saw it. So that's why I said Kobe will join it in the Grand Fleet at the end.
All right. So recite those really quickly. So you said in number 3 you had Minx.
No, Monet.
Monet. Yeah. Number 2.
I still think she's alive, and I also said that Caesar will join in the crew, and that's why I think Monet will join in as well, because she was under Caesar working.
Yeah. Number 2, you had
Kobe.
Yeah. And number 1 was
Kuma.
Okay. Kuma, I think, you know what? I think the fact that like adding the warlords, like again, it has to do with like the system and stuff. If it eventually gets broken down, I mean, wouldn't mind seeing like one or two to eventually join, but like, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, I feel like a warlord would.
I was gonna say, no, I'm gonna say Kuma would go back to the revolutionaries, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Like why would he go to the Straw Hats? Like, he's got bigger fish to fry. He wants to change the world, Maras. The world.
No, because I'm really thinking, and that's just my opinion. I know, but Kuma will get killed, and Frankie will get his fruit. There's a lot of hints of it with the numbers and stuff, also with the theories I saw, but I really think that Frankie will get Kuma's fruit.
Which numbers? Which numbers?
There were like numbers, and each number together was the name of one of the devil fruits, and combined there were like 3 numbers. I don't know out of my head,
I heard that.
And that was together was.
I remember seeing that in the SBS.
And it was Kuma's fruit.
Yeah, because someone asked Oda that question, then he started freaking out like, "Oh, this guy might knows what's going on."
Yeah. I mean, like I remember too, like back then, like Frankie stated he never wanted devil fruit, but then I'm kind of looking at it like he's a cyborg, right? Why would a cyborg need to swim?
Oh,
yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like it's one of those where like it should be okay for him to try and get a devil fruit, unless like he really believes himself that like even now like he doesn't need it.
Yeah. He never goes. If someone drops in the water with the devil fruit, he never goes in to save them.
Yeah, because he's like a cyborg, right? Like so, like you're gonna get electrocuted regardless. So like he can't be of any use.
He saved, but he wasn't full on cyborg. But he saved them at CP. And in his lobby, he jumped in to save them.
But that was maybe once.
But yeah, I know he wasn't full on cyborg. I don't know if he'd do it now, but I still think he can swim now. To be honest.
I'm pretty sure Frankie's waterproof.
You think so? He might be like a waterproof cyborg?
You would assume, wouldn't you? Because
of
like,
course,
all the things he's done to himself.
Will that put his scale of power on a different thing? Like, let's say if like he were to fight underwater, for example, against like anyone, it could be like, let's say Kaido can somehow survive in the water, right? Like, how would he handle himself in that situation? Like, would be different power level?
I would assume, right, that like, if he knows he's gonna be like, how to put it, like on the sea constantly, he would probably put like like submarine like upgrades on himself, so like his arms would turn to like propellers underwater and whatnot, right? I'd assume it'd be something like that.
Yeah.
Like his legs literally become like what's it called? Like spread out. You know what I mean? So he could just like and then start shooting beams like on top of the water, like a little ship. Like
Battleship.
It would be pretty asinine for him to have such advanced technology and for
would it be
for a critical downfall for him to be like he goes in the water and he malfunctions.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Stebo, yeah, you thought you were going somewhere else.
Yeah. So Law, so we're gonna get to you now. So your top 3 join the Grand Fleet.
There are some interesting comments.
I have a couple people. Hold on. I have a couple people.
You only get 3.
I only get 3. Okay, I'll think about that. One, I'm gonna say Buggy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you stole my one. I was gonna say that so badly.
Nah,
man.
So why'd you say it, Nikki? It would have still been a surprise, Nikki.
No, it wouldn't have. It looked like I was copying.
Like, I think it's just gonna be like a love-hate relationship type thing, but eventually, like end of series, like Oda's been keeping Buggy relevant. He's literally the most relevant side character not on the Straw Hats, because like from appearance and screen time,
Yeah.
Like for example, like right now he has the whole little what's it called? His
the circus or something.
The delivery service.
Like I think he's gonna keep doing his own thing till like end of series when like they're hunting down pirates and stuff. And I think he's gonna join more out of necessity. Like I still see, like even after he joins, I still see it being like a love-hate thing. Like Luffy's leader of the fleet, and he's like, damn that, like kind of how he's with Shanks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, him and Shanks are boys, but now he's just like, damn you, Shanks. You made me lose my treasure, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then after Buggy, I'm gonna say Silver's Foxy.
Oh yeah!
Oh my day. Okay, that was. I did not have that on my list.
He's right because it's gonna be a thing. It is gonna be a thing.
Definitely.
I forgot about that. Damn it.
Silver's Foxy is gonna join after the second Davy back fight.
Because remember, guys, Remember when I said the Kizaru thing, right? How like that would be the
Yeah,
way
he's gonna
Kizaru would
still
go down.
Yeah, it would make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Control the shit out
But-
of him with it.
I see him joining, like for example, like he's still like we can consider an enemy of Luffy, because right. But the way I see
Yeah.
him joining is that he's gonna find Luffy in the New World. He's gonna challenge him to another Davy back fight for their like Jolly Roger to get it back, and then they're gonna lose, and then they have to sail under Luffy. But
Yeah.
Luffy will be so nice that he gives them their old Jolly Roger, and he'll start like crying, but
And he's gonna give Luffy, he's gonna give Luffy the Afro back. He's like, here you go, Captain. Like,
Oh my
go get him.
So after that, I only get 3, so I'm going to say I see Enel being another one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, I like
Because
it.
I
Oh,
don't see
okay.
Enel had like, for example, like he's helping this guy, and in order to like tie him back into the story, it's gonna have to revolve somewhere around Luffy, right?
Yeah.
Because in terms of like what Enel would call it, like the Blue Sea, right? Like where the Grand Line and stuff is, he doesn't know how anything works. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
doesn't know the structure of the world. He doesn't know anything. So I think he's eventually just going to come back, and then he's just going to be like, "Oh, I have to fight people and be under Luffy." Like, I don't know how Oda's going to
I
do
like
it, but,
that.
I don't
I
see
like
how else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like
My
that.
time on the moon has changed me. I
Yeah.
hate to admit it, but I need you,
Become a
Straw.
better person.
Like I literally see him like coming. For example, like every like leader in like the Grand Fleet, right? Is going to have their army, like their pirate crew, I mean, and he's just going to have those little like tiny robots.
Moon people.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're going to start shracking people, bro.
What about the space pirates? You don't think he's gonna bring the space pirates with him?
Bro,
Yeah,
that's what
I
I'm
mean,
telling you,
like-
the little tiny robot things, those.
No,
Yeah.
but it was some other guys too. It was like a coyote person on the moon.
Oh yeah, actually, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wow,
So
that
the
would
one
be
with
a
the-
fun fight.
with the
Those are
front
my three right
covers.
now.
So-
If you think about it too, it kind of makes sense because like his ship is named like the Ark and stuff, right? So like if you can think back to like Noah's Ark, I mean like he's bringing like all those people, like different races, whatever's on the moon, just to bring them down to the Earth.
I want to see the fight Silver Fox NL versus Kizaru.
I want to see that fight too. I can already see it happen. Like Kizaru's gonna try to come in.
If I-
Foxy's like, "You think you can actually beat me? No." And then Kizaru's like, "Nani?" Gets knocked out after, yeah.
I think we all want to see it except Nikki.
Yeah.
Fuck NL.
Yeah, those are
That's
my
my slogan.
Okay, so tell me this quick.
Why though?
How do you think Oda's going to write him back in the story and be relevant?
Okay.
Something to do with Uranus.
No, something to do with the Sky Islands. Definitely. The
Stop
one
it, Nikki. Don't challenge me right now. We're on stream.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. All right, I'll do it. Yeah. No, like for example, when Capone first went into the New World, the island that just somehow just flipped up and they just land like they just went upwards.
Yeah.
Basically, I think NL's gonna get introduced there somehow. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah.
You know, I saw one crazy theory that the Shishibu guy will be stopped and NL will be in there. Will be there for them instead.
Oh, but that's still a pirate.
Yeah, I know, but I still thought it was really crazy if we would join in like that. That he just joined in the reverie and said, "Okay, here I am."
I would like that.
Okay.
Beyond
this
the
is what-
pond.
So just to run back on Dan's choices. So number 1 was Buggy, number 2 was Silver Foxy, and number 3 Inaru.
And
Alright.
no, you know, keep it classic. You know,
I like
So you
it.
want to go?
I like it.
And just to confirm, Inaru or Enel with you guys?
no, it's definitely a no. It's Japanese. Like, come on.
Enel. I pronounce it Enel.
It's
Can
Enaru.
you say Enaru?
It's definitely
We all know
Enaru.
that You watched the-
Well, I'm 1/8 Japanese, so I kind of go with Nero. No, I'm just joking.
It's definitely Enaru.
Dan, we're trying, Dan.
It's
So-
not,
Controversy.
We'll get.
NL
we'll get
sounds
a
like
minute.
anal. That's weird.
Yeah. Tell him,
Only if
double
you
leg,
say
tell him.
it. Only if you say it, double leg. Because I never
Yeah,
thought
I've
of it
never
that
thought
way.
of that in my life.
All right.
I'm saying Enaru from now on, guys. I'm with Team
No,
Double
no,
Leg.
stop that, Nikki.
Yeah.
Don't let him.
I ain't talking to you, Monkey D. All right, you get out of here, man.
Nikki, come on, we're best
All right.
friends, bro.
But you don't want the
Can I-
L sound in your
can I-
name. People are gonna make fun of you.
Can I ask something? Because I saw in the
Yeah.
chat, because I said Monet, but who of you guys think that Monet is dead and who's not?
Yeah, she's so
I don't-
dead.
I
don't
don't
think
think
she's
so.
dead.
I think she's alive.
No, Nikki. No, Nikki.
I don't think she's
She's
dead.
I think
she
she
stabbed
could be
her
alive.
own heart. Like Caesar stabbed her heart.
No. If you look at the panel, you see the heart still sitting there, and and the stick that Caesar's holding is next to that.
No, but that was gonna be wait.
And
It was Caesar who
is
stabbed
knocked
her
out.
heart.
And Caesar is knocked out.
Is there any confirm that it
I
was
mean,
her
Zoro
heart
was
in the
stabbed
first
in the
place?
heart.
Firstly, we don't know if
Caesar
it was her
stabbed
heart.
Monet's heart.
Yeah,
It was her
exactly. We don't
heart.
even know if
It was.
No, you don't
Secondly,
prove
Yeah, it
it
has
to
to
me
be, I
that it
think.
was
Yeah,
He's
we
hers.
also
do
a
because Law
Loki.
switched it. Law
No, but
switched the
prove to
hearts.
me that it
Remember?
was hers, though.
Because we literally saw a flashback of Law switching the hearts, like him showing it.
No, but then it doesn't mean that that's the one that Caesar ended up with.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, let me go find that chapter right now.
If she was dead, we would know it. And there's
Well,
only
I
a few
disagree
people
with the fact that we would know it because like Oda doesn't actually like showing that characters die because then he wants to bring them back later on. But I don't think that she is dead. I think that she's in these books, in one of these like Big Mom's books.
So you think it's along the lines like, let's say, like for example, like Big Mom after like the events of Punk Hazard had like some of her people, like let's say Montior, to show up on the island and using like his book ability, he like just stuffed her in the book.
Yeah, because she's got Brown Beard in there, doesn't she? Like a centaur from Punk Hazard. So I wouldn't be surprised if she
Brown
found money
Beard
as
wasn't
well.
like just not stabbed in the heart, and he wasn't in the smoke area. You know what I mean?
but he was not stabbed in the heart.
Caesar stabbed
let
her
me
heart.
I want to search up the panel, and I'm gonna show you guys.
Okay, we have to find a chapter. We have to do this, right? Like not now, but we'll figure this out later.
All right, so you know what? Let's get with Nikki's picks afterwards. So you guys on the side can do that after. But yeah, Nikki, your top three to join the Grand Fleet.
All right, because there's quite a lot of obvious ones, so I try to go like not crazy, but I think try to make it like they're not so obvious at the same time. So my thinking is, I think in the level 6 prison of Impel Down, a lot of people escaped and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think like throughout the New World, I reckon Luffy's gonna start meeting these people, maybe defeating a few of them.
Yeah.
And the way that, or like even like Mihawk described Luffy and Marineford, people just love to join him. So I think the remnants, like some of the prisoners from level 6, will be part of his alliance. That's my number 3 pick.
That's a solid pick, yeah.
And number 2 would be Buggy before Monkey D stole it. But yeah, I think obviously Buggy and Luffy have got like some bromance going on, so they always see each other. So I'm sure he's gonna join the alliance for definite. And my number 1 will definitely be Crocodile, because I think Crocodile kind of really respects Luffy now after Marineford and like helping him get away and everything. So I think when it comes to the end of the war, he'll definitely be on Luffy's side and everything. I know they've got their beef, but I think he's definitely number 1 to join the alliance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those solid picks. I like the one with the level 6, but like, where do you see that happening? Like probably like after Wano, like.
Yeah, most likely so. Like, cause maybe like even on the way to one or something. Cause I feel like they're gonna start the way that they made the big deal about these level 6 prisoners. They're gonna have to start meeting them soon, because they did kind of meet them in when we found out how Luffy got his what was it, Gear 2 Hawk gun when he met the other guy Burundi
Red Hawk.
Yeah, Red Hawk, sorry, yeah. Red Hawk, and he met Burundi World, and he's one of them, so I'm sure he's going to meet more of them throughout the New World.
Not canon, Nikki, don't use it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm making an example. I know it's not canon, I'm just saying, like, there is level 6 people out there that are canon, so he's definitely going to meet these people, and I think they'll all join Luffy eventually. I think either, like, on the way to Wano or after Wano, definitely. Like, because after Wano, people are definitely going to want to join Luffy, because like, he took down a Yonko. Like, they're gonna be like, oh, this guy's gonna be about that. He's about that life, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, One Vision. How about your picks for top 3?
So I've got Marco, Reiju, and the third one I'm not sure. I want to say Crocodile, because I don't want to say people like Jinbei. I mean, I don't want to say people like Fishman, like Aladdin, or like the Minx, because I think that's kind of like an easy way out of it. But I'd like to say Crocodile as well, because as Nikki said, I do think he's got some sort of respect for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marco, I feel like they've kind of got nowhere else to go, and I doubt that he'll join up under Shanks. If anything, I feel like he might, after like the events of Wano, I feel like he might go underneath, not even underneath, but in the alliance with Luffy. And I say Reiju because she is like a different type of person from the rest of the Vinsmoke. She's like the only one that has any sort of morals or decency. And I don't think that she likes the rest of them. And I think if they are to get taken out in this arc at some point, or if something is to happen with her and them later on in this arc, she'll have to go with the Straw Hats. But the only thing I don't understand is what she would be joining the alliance with, because like I don't really think she has like her own personal army or her own personal crew to join up with.
Okay. All right, fair picks then. So we go. So it's Marco. You had number 3, number 2. What's your number 2?
Yeah, it was Reiju.
Yeah.
Or actually, they weren't in any particular order. But like
Okay,
Marco,
okay.
Reiju, and Crocodile.
All right, because I'm trying to make a list for everything here, so like I mess it up. All right. So Stebo, we finally come to you.
Here I go.
We need your 3 picks. Who are they?
Okay.
Kenny
So
Funk.
my no. Number 3.
If I hear Jacket Fruit, we're ending the stream.
Number 3
Joking.
being the least likely. I might throw a few people off here a little bit.
Sure.
I think it's gonna be Aokiji Sun.
Wait, Okiji's son or Aokiji?
Aokiji's son.
Aokiji Sun. Okay, wait. Before we get to
What?
2 and 1. Wait. Before we get to 2 and 1. We want to elaborate on it.
Well,
Kiji's son.
yeah, like because you know how sometimes we get these characters that we never seen before. I think we're gonna get Aokiji's son.
Is Robin
He's
pregnant?
gonna be an ally to the Straw Hat, and he's gonna be the Earth Logia user.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
started his journey as a pirate 4 years ago.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like I said, like if it was a character we haven't seen before or anything like that, then yeah, like there's no issue with that. So like, I mean, if we see like an Earth Logia user, I mean, I don't know if I would put with the thing, but like, if it was Aokiji's like son, right? Who's the mom? Or is that gonna have no importance?
I don't know.
Absolutely doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's Aokiji's son.
Don't matter.
Yeah. And if he has a son, right? What's the kid's name?
I guess his name would be since his father's name is Kuzan, I guess his name would be something like
Kakarot.
no, we already got a Koza, so I don't want to say Koza. We got a Koza.
Just reverse the name.
Yeah, Zaku. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I won't lie, that sounds like a sick name to be honest. Zaku.
Of course, man.
All right. So is your number 2 and 1?
My number 2, I might throw y'all off with this one too.
All right.
No shit.
It's not it's not as crazy as number 3, but it's the East Blue Rejects, led by Captain Kuro.
Okay, that's actually wild. I'm not.
on for
Sorry, you
that.
go Devil Leg. Yeah, same.
Okay. So how come Kuro?
Well, when I say East Blue Rejects, I'm really talking about the all the villains from East Blue, like Krieg, Arlong, and led by Kuro.
I'll leave Arlong. I'll leave Arlong out, but everyone else I'm definitely
I
down
think
for
Arlong can join because
why
like, I
not?
feel like it's kind of like
Nah, his hatred is like after I saw that Fisherman arc. His
Come on,
hatred is
son.
like full on.
Everybody else being redeemed. Why not Arlong?
likely.
Yeah, I think
Nah,
people
it's-
change after time.
Mihawk
probably.
said it. Mihawk said it. Luffy has this unique power, the most dangerous power in the world. Turn former
become an
enemies
ally,
into
yeah.
allies.
If Koala couldn't get him to change, then Luffy's not getting him to change. I'm sorry, man.
Like when he
Yeah.
meets the wall again, I think he's gonna kind of like maybe realize everything. Then with him seeing Jinbei and the crew.
I don't know. It depends if they ever meet again, so I don't know.
I think they could definitely meet. Maybe not like sometime like soon, but probably like the final war, definitely.
And my number 1 is Crocodile.
All right.
And the reason I sound so down is
same.
because 2 people already said it.
Yeah.
So okay, so you put Crocodile number 1. So to differ from everyone else's opinion, why would you choose Crocodile? Like what would lead him to become a member of the Grand Fleet?
Well, personally, I think we're going to see Crocodile and Wano because it would be a disservice to the fans if Mr. One wasn't in Wano.
It would, yeah, it definitely would.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I still think he's working above Capone. Like I think Capone's working for him.
Oh,
I think that will tie them like from arc to arc over.
Wait. What? Crocodile is Capone's boss? Is
Yeah,
that what
I
you're
think so.
saying?
If you look
Ooh.
at their style, right, they're both like thinkers behind the scenes and all this stuff. And I think it'd be interesting because I think like it'd be kind of like Crocodile giving Capone a chance per se, but like obviously I think he's gonna completely fail this arc and he's probably gonna get killed. And he's gonna mention Crocodile, and Crocodile's probably gonna play it off like you're just like a pawn to me, like you were nothing.
Mhm.
Okay.
I guess people kind of
Well,
forget that like Crocodile is kind of still like a big name and stuff,
Yeah.
even though kind of what happened afterwards, but like it still is a pretty big name, even for the Supernovas to recognize him, like what he's done. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like he's the only person like his bounty is only what, like 80 million or something.
yeah, but that's
And
when it
like,
was frozen though.
yeah, that's what's frozen. But you still have a lot. I still have a lot of respect for him. I know it's not really his actual like what his value is. He's like the only person like around that range generally as well.
Yeah. Which I have to think too, because like most of these guys, so let's say like they were warlords or whatever, like their bounties have to have shot up. Like for example, Allah, like after he was like no longer a warlord, he now has the same bounty number that Luffy has. So do you guys think that he's probably going to be in the region of 500 million, a little lower than that?
For Crocodile?
If you're to sum it up now, like where he should be.
Where he should be, I would say probably 800 to 900, because I still think he's gonna be way. Like, I'm sorry, not way.
800 million.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be stronger than Dofi.
Of course, I think he'll be well over 500. I think he'll be well over 500.
And you think he'll be
If you
stronger than
factor
Dofi?
into if he trained,
Yeah,
if he
no, I
trained
would
to
bet
get
money that
hockey,
he'd
he
be
could,
stronger than Dofi.
Whoa! Sorry, guys, I need to just hear this.
Yeah, we
Than
talked about
Dofi?
before. Yeah, we
I
talked
just
about
want to
before.
add something.
Oh, go ahead.
Moria's bounty is higher than Doflamingo's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like Moria is just because, like, yeah, we know Moria basically. I'm not gonna have to get into that.
Here's
Really.
my thing. I think like Moria would probably get like a slight increase, but I wouldn't see something crazy, especially considering that like Doflamingo even said like the we wanted to get rid of you pretty much. So like I see if they see him as like a weakling or whatever, right? I wouldn't see like him getting like 800, 900, aside from someone like Crocodile who like could probably be deserving of that, especially if you look into the fact that like if he is like I could definitely see him being a guy that like maybe has like a couple territories here and there, like not to the extent of a Yonko, but he might already establish a bit of land.
I think it'd be a big
ooh.
broker. So, but like,
that means he's like Jack level almost, right?
Yeah. But what? And I think he is. But
you think he's Jack level?
Yeah. And I get why it sounds great.
Oh my days!
Let me explain it though.
Bruv. Okay, sorry, go.
So think of how like Dofi, right? He took over our country. Before, like pre-time skip, whatever, he was the better version per se of Crocodile, right? Because he accomplished what Crocodile was trying to do. And when we saw him at Marineford, they tried to make a joke, like Dofi's like, hey, Crocodile, why don't you come work for me? Like, work under me, basically. Not even like partners, but like work under me. So he was basically kind of making fun of him. He's like, you tried to do what I did, but I succeeded and you didn't. So I think Crocodile holds some like hatred over that, like in like grudges. And again, going back to what I said earlier, Bond, like Mr. 2, he's still in Impelled Down, which is where Dofi's going. I think he's gonna be the key to break everyone out, because if you remember in Volkov, they had a plan with Dragon to like break everyone out at a certain point whenever Dragon told them to. So I think that plan's gonna come out, and I think Dofi's gonna hear about it, and he's gonna come out with Mr. 2. And they're going to get out, and then I think Crocodile is going to offer Dofi a position to work with him or under him. But again, going back to what I was saying before, on the one stream before, was that Dofi basically was kind of lazing around. Like, he wasn't really fighting anyone strong besides Marineford for like 10 years or so when he was in Dressrosa.
Yeah.
And that's why Crocodile was weak himself, like pre-timescape, was because he was doing the same. Like, he was in a desert, like he had like the Loki advantage where like basically anyone without hockey couldn't even do anything to him. And so he kind of was being the same, like he was complacent. So I think now that he knows that he has to train with Mr. 1, I think he's going to be completely trained to A, beat Luffy, but B, I think he's going to like eventually meet and beat Dofi. So I don't know. I think, like, again, like we talked about earlier, I think he was a big name beforehand, and I think he's going to be a bigger name now.
This is really like I really want to debate you about this, but it's so hard because not enough like evidence for like either of us. So it's kind of like
this is just like a kind of like I don't know what to call it, like a instinct, I guess. That like I think this is go down.
But the Jack one's just too. That's too like
intuition.
Yeah, intuition.
The Jack one's a bit like, yo, Jack though. It's Jack. You know what he was doing the whole day, right? We like.
Oh no, I know.
No,
Jack is like, people downplay Jack, but I'm just saying like Crocodile. I think he's gonna be somewhat on that level. Like even if he's not like right on him, right? I think he's gonna be roughly around there.
Nah, I just that's
I don't know. I see what you're
maybe
saying, like, man.
yeah, like maybe second commander level, third, but I think
Like,
Jack's
if
probably
someone like your Rouge, right, could be a commander, right? Even if he was the weakest, like Snack, that's a your Rouge. Like, I'm not saying he's downplaying, but that's a supernova. Where this is like, a like ex Shichibukai who's probably now like in control of like some of the brokers and the underworld and stuff like that. Like, if he really is Capone's handler, right? Like, he's the guy telling Capone what to do and giving him plans. Like, that would only benefit like his position as like you're in control of a supernova.
Yeah.
Well,
I
the
think
thing about
he's aiming for Yonko. I think he's aiming for it. Like, I think he's aiming.
who
to be-
Crocodile's aiming for Yonko.
Yeah. Yeah, because he
But
wants the weapons, right? He wants all the weapons, the ancient weapons.
That's the
I
thing.
think
That's what I don't like. Like that's the one problem I have with Crocodile. He really keeps trying to get these weapons so much, and I'm like, at least get more powerful. Like rely on your own strength, because
Yeah.
the way he went about it the first time is like how he failed.
Nikki, he's already so strong he can only use weapons now.
Yeah, okay,
But no, yeah, like I don't know. And like, man, look at people like Gara and other series, right? Like, look how strong they are. Like, at the sand.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be something where once we see its full potential, because pretense he did say he mastered it and whatnot, but like I think he's gonna even have a better control and like probably show his awakening off and all this stuff. So I think like what we'll see will be crazy.
Yeah, he should be already have awakenings for sure.
Yeah, but okay. I think maybe
Plus,
the Jack thing is just too much.
It's stupid to be bringing back old characters and make them like irrelevant in terms of strength.
It's like leaving them at that same level.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he's like maybe like one of the minks. Maybe he's Nekakamushi. I can't pronounce it, but I think you get to that level. Like he's strong
I
as
think
one of
Neko's
them.
stronger than Luffy though, so like, because remember how they said like if they were still fighting and they were like have gone all out basically, like they probably would have like won. They were kind of hinting towards that.
Yeah, I know, but Jack hasn't really gone all out either. He just used the gas.
No,
It's like, oh.
Like they're on fucking Gold Roger ship, man, and Whitebeard's. Just saying.
Hey, Jack's on Kaido ship right now, so
that's not Gold Roger though, Nikki. So stop.
Yep.
Yep.
But
remember, guys, Roger over Kaido.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's okay. That's who they've been fighting the last few years. Nobody. They've been chilling on Zo. Kaido he raised his rank all the way to Yonko. So all I'm saying is the tough journey made them stronger already. I think.
I feel you, but like, I'm just saying this. Like overall, like, I don't know so much about the Jack part, but I can tell you he's gonna be stronger than Dovi.
Okay. So I guess I'll get my picks out of the way, and then we can kind of freestyle for a little bit. So, with my number 3, I'm gonna go with the Vinsmokes, and what I mean by the Vinsmokes, I mean Reiju being the one at the helm. I really do believe that after this arc, we could probably see Ichiji taking down Judge, and then eventually Ichiji falling in this arc, which will allow Reiju to take the helm and pretty much lead the Vinsmokes. And definitely based on the connection we already saw that Reiju has with like Luffy. I mean, she saved Luffy's life. And from that, I can definitely see Luffy like offering a position, especially let's say if like in the good graces, like everyone kind of comes out of this unscathed. But then again, we have a red wedding on our hands pretty soon. So if she ends up coming unscathed out of this, I can definitely see her being the one to end up like offering Luffy like, hey, well, like the Vinsmokes will be on your side if the time ever comes where you need us. And she can definitely end up getting the position of like a Grand Fleet captain probably. So she is my number 3. Number 2 is going to be Edward Weevil. I honestly believe he's going to be the easiest pick to end up joining, regardless if the Warlord system is still intact or not. And it goes back to like the comparisons to like Majin Buu. So I could definitely see something where like Luffy's going to end up fighting Weevil. And we know Luffy being an idiot. He's going to believe like this guy's like the son of Whitebeard. And in that fight, he's going to be like, wow, you're just as strong as what I saw from your dad. And again, when someone like you look after that inspiration, that goal, that person you want to be just like, he's going to break down in tears and be like, wow, someone actually believes I'm just like this guy, even though he probably thinks in his mind it's not my dad. But he's like, don't worry. I think one day you'll become better than that. And I think from there, it's like if you look at the Majin Buu and Babidi kind of thing, Bakken will probably be like put to the side or something, or like she might agree with what's going on. And then probably like Edward's going to be like, yo, I want to join up with you guys after. Or Luffy just straight up saying, hey, you want to be a part of the Grand Fleet? I could definitely see him saying probably like you want to be part of the crew, but aside from that, no, I could definitely be with the Grand Fleet.
I think Miss Bucking is going to get like wrecked. Like I think she's like controlling him without him really knowing that she's controlling him. Like you said, Babidi.
Oh yeah, so you definitely see something along the lines like maybe like Weevil can probably like knock her out or like send her flying somewhere maybe.
I kind of secretly hope she's like not just like a mastermind, but like actually like strong to a point. But like it does look like she's just a mastermind. But yeah,
I mean, I
think
guess
she's gonna
that's
get
kind
like
of what we
taken out.
saw from her. She's kind of like, I guess she's more of like the mastermind based on what we've seen now. It could change up the next time we do see Weevil, which will probably like the connections with like Marco and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely do see like Weevil being the guy, depending on the interaction. If he ends up meeting with Luffy, I definitely could see it as a possibility. But if not, who knows? But yeah, that's my number 2, a Weevil. And number 1, I think, is just because simply I just want her to have some kind of interaction with the Straw Hats, and I think it's Bonnie.
Yeah.
I really do feel
so
like Bonnie
too.
probably doesn't have her crew anymore. Like, and she's probably gonna need like as like we go back to like what's been said. You either have to take down a Yonko or you have to like work under a Yonko. I can't see Bonnie being someone that's gonna work under a Yonko for survival. And she already said before, like she's happy to see like people in her generation, like Luffy and Law, to come out and take down someone like Doflamingo. So just based on something like that, like she probably would want to join up with Luffy.
Then she
at
has
that
to
point.
meet Zoro to like give him payback.
Yeah, definitely. I remember we go back to and saying like the whole like if she ever met the Straw Hats again, she would raise hell because of what Zoro did with like the Tenryubito. But at the same time, I guess that's like water under the bridge now that we kind of saw her with the newspaper and everything. So like I think that, and too like just her importance with like what's going on with the world government, she could be a very key factor into like the final war in itself. Like just on like maybe like information she knows, or maybe like if I were to like really dive deep into it, like with her ability with like age manipulation, let's say like she can really control it to like someone, let's say like Don Chin Zhao, like he can like she can pretty much put this guy back in his prime, so he can fight at the level like he was fighting back in the day with Garp, and so on with like maybe older characters or younger characters who haven't hit their strides yet.
Right.
I mean, I can definitely see, you know, like being like that kind of person where like she can offer to say, hey, I can make everyone be in their prime, like as the strongest they ever was, or they're about to be, and like that can be something that they need during the final war.
Don't you think
For at least the guys that need it.
Don't you think she's more likely to join the crew though? Like I think she'd be more likely to join the Straw Hats.
So if we were to say like she were to join the crew, right? What position would she have? Because I'm kind of stuck on that. Like what kind of position like she would have with the crew?
Okay.
Because like
She's the one who challenges Luffy to eat off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like yeah. I know it sounds
the taste
stupid, but I
tester.
actually agree to that. Like she literally challenged Luffy about how much they can eat together. Like
And then she would be like the 4th member. She'd be the quartet on the Luffy, Usopp, and
monster
Chopper.
trio, yeah.
No,
The
I'm saying
monster
Luffy-
quartets.
Like, no, I'm saying like, you know how there's Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper, and they're always trolling. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Okay. So the troll of the crew.
yeah.
I mean, like, let's see. Let me just check in the chat, see if you guys have any ideas where Bonnie could be. I could see right here, Static Haddock, he puts she could be a spy. I mean, she can change like the ages and stuff, but like, would a little kid be good enough for like the spying role?
I think he said before that he also. I mean, that was a while back. He said, all right, it was a little long. He said that he probably made a contract with Akainu. Said to make her set free, and she has to give something in return, and then she's gonna try to act like she's joining Luffy, and then in the end try to betray him. So that's what it meant by the
Someone made a good point. Static Shattuck said that like she could be the spy of the group.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like she can be like pretty much like that's like the age manipulation. Maybe she can turn into like a little kid walking around like certain areas and stuff, and kind of like getting feedback what's going on.
I think Robin had that locked down, to be honest, because she's the one who like
Yeah, she
found
already
out
had the
about
eyes
what.
and stuff. Like,
The air stuff. She found. Yeah, exactly. And she found out about how Zoro did that massive sacrifice as well that no one knew about except for Sanji. So she got those spy moves, man.
Also, I'd see like the supernova. Do you guys see them more like allies, or do you see them like with Law?
See, like if I had to put it like this, like I would definitely see like in the final war, they're gonna like come all together probably as like one big like army to go into that final fight. But I think like in terms of like, let's say for example, I know like people were saying like the supernovas versus Kaido, which would probably make the most sense if we're gonna get a legitimate battle, because you probably need all supernovas to come and take out Kaido. So I think like they'll have the same goal in mind, but I think it's like after, let's say, like some stuff with the Void Century kind of comes into the mix, and like they kind of now see what the world government for like what it really is, right? And especially let's say if a couple of these members somehow have defeated them, like Kid or maybe even Bonnie herself, right? They can definitely say like, we should just really band together and take out the world government. Because I think like even with Luffy, like I go back to the whole freedom thing. I think any pirate or any person desires freedom. And if someone like the world government kind of disallows that and tries to put authority onto their own realm, then I think that's something that they're going to come together and say, no, we can't allow these kind of people to like keep doing what they do. And that's when the final war, they're going to try and take these guys out. So,
But the question is, do we see them like there are? I think like there are 3 levels, right? You have the crewmates.
yeah.
You have people like Law, and then you have people like Orlundus. Which level do you see them on? Like second or third level?
I
So like
think
crew or the Grand Fleet.
Law and Kid would probably be the only people be like on the same tier as Luffy, I think, or maybe Hawkins. I give Hawkins the benefit of the doubt, but
You guys are forgetting my
everyone-
man Rouge, man. Like this is disrespectful.
No, but I think because he's older, he peaked a lot quicker than everyone else. So now when everyone gets to their like peak, it's going to be a lot different. He won't be the strongest like anymore.
But let's say this right now: if Bonnie decides to like change the age of like Rouge, and Rouge is in his prime, not the 40-year-old that we know, but like straight up in his 20s with that devil fruit ability and like the feats that he has now, right? We'd be on the same level definitely as like Luffy and Kid and all those guys later on.
Nope, I still think they'll surpass him. To be honest,
A prime Rouge? I don't know.
Wait, who are you talking about? For like a lot of them?
I was saying like how we have like we have obviously have like Kid, Law, and Luffy being like the 3 and stuff like at the very end, right? But
Yeah.
let's say like I keep saying with Bonnie like she can change like the ages, but if she can like put a Rouge, not 40 years old anymore, but like in his 20s and actually in his prime with all the feats that he's had already, like defeating a commander, plus like we probably know more of his fruit, would he be on that same tier?
I feel like he is in his prime though.
I think he would be weaker. Yeah, I think 40. I think your 40s and 50s is
Yeah.
prime years
I think that's when like Shanks became his prime.
in One Piece.
Roughly. Like,
Okay.
I would even say like Shanks is in his prime right now.
Okay.
yeah.
Just
So
like,
I just think
Oh,
the
sorry.
huge hype train is good because he peaked high, but he'll never reach the levels of the like I see Hawkins. I'll even give what's his face X Drake a benefit of that doubt as well. Kid, Luffy, Law, those guys will surpass everybody. So
Wait, can I add something to that though? Like,
Yeah,
say
sure.
yeah, go.
if they were to like, if she was to take Aruge's like age back to say 20, right? Even if that wasn't his prime, he would still have all of like the experiences he has now. So then when he was to reach the age that he's at now again, he would like have all the accumulated experience that he had before, plus the extra 20 years that he has from going back. So that when he hits this age again, he'll be a monster. Like far surpassing what he could have reached in like a normal lifespan.
I get your point, but then he would have skipped on all the battles he got to become 40. Like all those battles he'd have missed. He'd have got the
What do you mean by
experience,
that?
but as in like when you go through all the battles and stuff, your body like how the Straw Hats have all
It's
got
muscle
stronger throughout of
memories.
One Piece.
Muscle
Yeah,
memories,
like,
experience.
exactly. So they've got stronger and stronger throughout the whole through the Grand Line and New World, all that stuff. So if he skips on those 20 years, basically, he'll
No, but he
he'll
wouldn't
lose
be
a bit.
skipping anything. Because then
No, but
all
he'll
you
ne-
do is take his age back. He's still got everything that he has now, but he's just
no, but
younger.
he wouldn't fight those opponents though. He wouldn't fight the people who fought then because they'll be much older then, wouldn't they? So that's what I'm saying. He'll skip the opponents that made him grow stronger, essentially.
Okay. Also, some in the chat just really quickly just to add in, they're asking if Bonnie could potentially like revert Big Mom's Dull Fruit, so she can like give back like their ages that Big Mom's still
I
alive.
feel like your age and your lifespan are different. That's how I feel though. Like in the
Okay.
series at least. Like I think like someone like Brooke would be the person I could assume that would be the one to be able to like reverse if anything.
Mhm.
Like how
All
he
right.
is like how he was explained basically that he could like feel the souls and whatnot, like the pawns and the bishops and whatnot. Again, assuming if anyone could do it, he could like probably do it. But I could see Bonnie being someone if she does show up would be maybe possible to do it. But like I don't know,
All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
because I feel like your age right is like your body, like and like your soul would be like your. So like age would be like your physical, and like body would be like your mental or spiritual version.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like they're two separate entities.
So maybe like Brooke would probably be like a better counter to Big Mom.
Yeah, because like let's say if like Brooke could like possess people, right, and like change his body, like get rid of his skeleton body and go into someone else's body, like
Yeah.
his soul would still be 90 years old, but like the body would be just a young body, like a vessel, kind of like Orochimaru stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a comment back when we were talking about Jack and Crocodile. Uncle Kizaurus said, I wanted to give my own opinion on this. He said, I wonder if Jack has some sort of immortal ability like Kaido. I mean, he did survive against Fujitora, Sengoku, and Tsuru, and survived an Electro Sword going in his head. I think it has more to do with the awakening. Like the ones in Impel Down, they go down and they get back up.
Yeah, I think it's his durability and like you said, awakening, like the regeneration, like he regenerated so fast that like that helps his durability. Like
Yeah.
I'll be a tie for a moment and bring some Pokemon references, and so like if you guys ever play Pokemon like Snorlax, how like he's just already tanky, like his high defense stuff like that, but he can use like moves like Arrest, and then like it brings his HP back. I feel like something like that, where like you said, Impel Down guards, like they got knocked down and they were like done, but like they already competent that like because there's Zoan awakened, and I think it's because like there's different types. Like Lucio would be like a carnal type, like a primal type, because he's like a predator. And then I think like the herbivores, kind of like Jack and whatnot, are more of like the durability, the tanks, like the generation awakenings. So I think the zones among themselves will also have different types of awakenings.
But isn't that kind of set already in a way? Like Jack is technically like part fishman, just because like they really focused on like the facial features and like it might seem as gills.
But yeah, I think he's got to be probably like a half fishman. That would be crazy if he's like an experiment or something like that. Weird. I think it's just he's half fishman.
It's like, almost like it's almost like Dillinger in a way.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how the Dillinger's the most like anomaly to me. Like, how the hell would a fish and I don't know, man.
You know, like,
you tried. No. Like, if it was a merfish, I understand.
Just like normal.
But we saw those fishes in what's his face on Green Bit. Those ones attacking like Law and those guys. Those are the fishes that he's like descended from, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
you don't think that they could have a fighting fishman? Just like how Jinbei is a bull shark and they have actual bull sharks in One Piece.
Touche. You got me there. Fair enough.
When a mommy fish and a daddy fish love each other.
Oh my god.
Half and half. I was just imagining like him trying to bang a giant fighting fish and be okay.
Nah.
That's how that works.
It would be a fighting fish man.
Alrighty then.
I did kind of see it as like a human had sex with a fighting fish, but
that's what I mean. That's exactly what I saw as well.
Like it's interesting though. I was gonna say something like it'd be kind of interesting if he like joined Kaido's crew. As weird as that sounds, like I feel like Kaido's crew is kind of gonna be like a backstory of like the rejects of like the humans per se, or like in them, like the long lost like beasts and stuff. I think are gonna be like in his crew. It's like let's just say like Jack being half fishman and half human, right? Like we haven't really seen that before. So like I think if you get rejected by society, right? Because like only recently, since Jinbei became a representative of the fishermen for the Shichibukai, like they were like shunned, like they weren't allowed. Like even the Celestial Dragon was like, you, like, you know, Hachi, like get the thing out of here. So I feel like Jack, if he was younger, was probably rejected by society, and so like he found Kaido, and Kaido took him in because like Kaido's probably the same, where like no one really like liked him besides probably people like Gold Roger and Whitebeard.
It's like the same thing with Big Mom, right?
So I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, I agree with that, with what Fuiful said as well and what you said as well, DGK. It's probably the same thing with Big Mom.
Hughes also said that I hate the fact that the majority of the top tiers are humans. That is actually the thing. So what do we got? We got Fisher Tiger. We have...
Dude, Fisher Tiger is a fucking beast. Like,
yeah, I love Fisher Tiger.
Yeah.
I want to see how he did that. Like, because like in my mind, I would assume that they had either an admiral or like vice admirals or like top tier CP9 members or whatever, like in Mary Jose, and like he literally soloed it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, if he actually did that, like my God, like the power scale for him is just crazy.
He's got to
I
have
just, like-
ties like Gold Roger or something.
Yeah.
Because that's too much.
Even then, it's like one fisherman compared to 6 admiral level guys, only in the Marines.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like that part still like confuses me because like I can't really see a situation where like unless he is Admiral plus level that like he could do that unless they really had shit security and like there's only like Garbo people there.
Yeah.
But like I imagine that they had to have like top tier people with them at all times.
I don't think they're so surprised that someone actually climbed the red line just to do some crazy shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
Put his iPod in and he just started climbing.
yeah.
But yeah.
Just getting hyped.
Fisher Tiger definitely was the greatest.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you know what? We should get into the final thoughts. Any final thoughts you guys want to say in regards to like maybe some honorable mentions, like one pick if you guys have to choose to join like the Straw Hats or the Allies, if you can think of one.
Joining Straw Hat again, like I already said from Alliance, if they could like accept it, I would love to see Karina join. But like
Mhm.
I don't know how I feel because
Nah, too many swordsmen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about where I'm
Yeah.
at. But like another female, like I want a strong female like member. 'Cause, like it sounds like a lazy way to put it, but like I think of when I play Burning Blood 2, who do I want to play as from the Straw Hats? I
Yeah.
think Carrot would be an interesting character with Electro and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
I mean, I kind of want to see a Logia member on the team
Yeah,
as well.
that too.
Caesar, I've got that all covered, man. Caesar,
I know
Carrot, Reiju.
people talked before about like Carrot having the snow devil fruit and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be
Yeah.
kind of interesting if Monet really is dead. But I wouldn't mind Monet joining if she's alive, which I kind of feel like she more so is. But
I mean, I want Carrot to join the most, but because Oda always also does like the most unexpected person.
yeah,
We have Pedro now. We have been hyping him up, and we already had Jinbei hyped up. So the last one, Carrots. I don't know.
she can't put in her like her goal, like which was kind of like to see the world and like
Mhm.
complete, which would kind of go along with what they were like trying to do for themselves.
Yeah, she's gonna prove herself towards the end of this arc, probably.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Would that be considered a real dream too, like to be able to venture like the entire world? Like I think it could.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I think that's just, like a fair dream. Like you want to see the
'cause-
entire world.
Because
Mhm.
Nami's dream is to like do a world map, so it's not the same, but it's kind of similar to Carrots. So they basically.
So like in Pedro's terms, if he were to become like a member of the crew, would his like dream would be like to live life to the fullest, or like to kind of like I would say like almost like Jinbei, like he wants to see like equality from like all races. So I guess maybe Pedro would share like a similarity to that, maybe, or like.
I mean,
Nah,
Pedro
he-
already
He
has-
Pedro-
ain't having no more dreams. He's
my
gonna
thing-
sleep.
Pedro's dream would be like to see the dawn of the new world like happen, which could be like again Luffy, like you know, like him being the one that would bring the dawn.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would be his dream would be to get Luffy to become the Pirate King and to get the weapons and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So a fair one. Anyone else have any other things you want to add in, or?
He's a hater.
Jinbei, first of all, is
He
not
just
going to
wants to be the
survive whole
guy.
cake.
Yep, there it is.
Look, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, guys. There's too much.
I was
There's too
waiting
much
for
evidence.
this one.
There's too much evidence pointing to it, guys. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to
I
be
mean,
biased here. I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
think
I love
he'll die.
Jinbei.
I don't think he'll die, but I don't think he'll end up joining the main crew now either. Like I don't know why. I just don't. I don't actually see him ever joining. I feel like
Okay.
it's just going to be something that won't
It
happen.
Let me just ask this question, guys. Do you think they're leaving Whole Cake Island without someone sacrificing something?
I
Do
feel
you know
like
what though?
It's gonna be
Like
sacrifice.
you know how Bon Clay like helped them get out of the prison, right? I kind of see that being instead of Bon Clay, it will be Pudding. So like she's gonna be the one left on Whole Cake Island, looking back at them with the tears. Like I see that's how that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. That's because you think Pudding's good, don't you? Okay, that's why you think that. Okay.
She is good, man. Like.
She's not good, guys. Come on, man. Like,
Nikki.
We
what
will
else?
see next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully there's a chapter next week, but we'll find out soon.
Okay, last time I'm going to talk about Pudding, I'm just going to say, guys, I'm not saying that she has to, like, she's not going to go against Big Mom. I'm just saying she obviously doesn't care about Sanji. She's her own team. She's Team Pudding. Like, she's not a good person, guys.
Also, so I want to ask, who's got Weevil on his team?
I think Weevil could actually be a member, like a direct member.
Yeah, what I
Of
was saying,
what?
yeah, why I say Weeble, because do you guys think Weeble is really human, or is he not also a cyborg?
I think he's a human. Like the scars and stuff are kind of like weird. If
Yeah,
you know what I
he
mean.
reminds me of
This,
the lion
this
guy from
no,
the Thriller Bark, because the lion guy got
Absalom.
like, yeah, Absalom, that's it. He got put together by different parts
Yeah,
of
he's
beasts and
experimented on
animals.
and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's
So
like
that's what.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Because I'm thinking
Because the way you look at it, he's like
he's part of
stitchings and
the.
stuff. Yeah.
I think he's part of the like the Marines made him.
Oh, okay. So yeah. See, the thing with the lineage factor, right? When they brought that up during this arc, and we kind of saw like him previous to it, I thought there was a possibility that he could be like an experiment on Whitebeard, like if they got his blood somehow.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
thinking about because it looks too. If you look at the scars, like around his neck, it's too round. It's not like a normal scar.
Right.
Also around his arm,
Like the
it
experiment.
looks like more like an experiment, like Frankenstein style ish.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one.
Okay. So I guess that's pretty much our final thoughts we have on this matter then.
Yeah.
Yep, and now we've made
So-
it to
Yeah.
our destination on this voyage,
You
and
want
then we'll be
to
setting up soon. Yeah.
the
Oh
case-
yeah, we should. You know what? So basically, we have something in the works going on, possibly for Saturday. We'll find out probably by later tonight or tomorrow. If you guys follow us on Twitter, down in the info box, I'd like to promote that as well. You guys will find out firsthand of what's going on. But basically, we're going to be playing our very first Kingdom stream, where we're going to be detailing arc by arc, starting with the very first arc of the series, which goes from chapters 1 to 48. If you guys are caught up to the series, or of course you're trying to catch up, this is the perfect place to be when it comes to trying to get into the series, or like just to hear our thoughts as a group on what we think of Kingdom, which in my opinion is probably one of the best manga of all time. I mean, some people might have different opinions on it, but it is an absolutely phenomenal manga. If you haven't seen it yet or haven't read it, go and check it out. It's brilliant. But we are going to be playing something hopefully for Saturday, so stay tuned to our Twitters, and you guys will find out very soon when we'll be doing that. We might have a guest. You guys might know. I won't say who. Maybe you'll find out on Saturday. We'll see. But this person in particular is the embodiment of hype. So if we can get this man to come through, you guys are going to be in for something crazy.
His name starts with O and ends with A. And there's a D in between. Okay.
Damn.
I had to kidnap
Yeah,
him.
this
There's
guy-
a
The secret member. He's a
That'd be
secret
so funny.
lot of work. I had to
So
kidnap him.
Oda on a Kingdom stream, yeah.
I mean, like,
I didn't even think about that.
yeah, he's a big Kingdom fan from what I know, but yeah, guys, so stay tuned to our Twitter, of course, and all our Twitter accounts, obviously, and we're gonna let you guys know exactly when that's gonna be set up for. And of course, you guys, if you enjoyed the stream today, make sure to like the stream. If you are new to the channel and this is the first time you're seeing one of our videos, you gotta sub to us. If you enjoy the content, because we try and do this every single Thursday, whether if there's a chapter coming out or just simply a side voyage where we just want to talk about different things going on in the series of One Piece as a group, and of course with the chat. And for those of you who are just tuning in through the VOD, to see in the comment section below, we're trying to hit you guys back up again as soon as possible. But if you guys enjoyed, like I said, like the video, subscribe, and we'll hopefully see you guys again on Saturday. So, Stebo, Nikki, you guys meet.
Outer Haven.
Disperse. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, peace, guys.
See you.